Watch your profanity.
Right, I'm sorry.
The following restricted video is classified as R18. It is not suitable for viewing by people under 18 years.
Umairah, look at this guy that I've been talking to.
Now loading.
I don't think he's good enough for you. Why don't you think he's good enough for me? That's my opinion. Well, fuck your opinion. Well, fuck on you too. You asked for my opinion first, and now you're going to my opinion.
Watch your profanity.
Nayli, what is language literacy?
Oh, language literacy is the ability that describes a person skillfully to communicate by expressing themselves and understanding other people. However, like the video you've seen previously, when profanity comes to context, does it affect our language literacy?
Oh, I understand. But what are the effects?
You see, the dependent variable of this research would be the effects of profanity on language literacy of Malaysian youth. Meanwhile, the environmental and also the entertainment factors that cause these youth to use profanity on their social media. The industry that we chose is language and technology, because language and technology are closely interconnected, since technology cannot exist without communication. Hence why profanity and social media comes into context. Pertaining to that, this research aims to find out the reason for these youth choosing social media as a platform for them to use profanity. So why do youngsters nowadays use X or even WhatsApp status to say whatever they want and to say whatever profanities that they want instead of other platforms? There are two research questions, which are: number one, what are the entertainment factors that cause Malaysian youth to use profanity on social media, and what is the effect? Number two, what are the environment factors that cause Malaysian youth to use profanity on social media, and what is the effect? Last but not least, our research objective is the effects of Malaysian youth using profanity on social media on their language literacy based on the entertainment and also the environment factors.
According to Mora et al. 2018, language literacy can be divided into three categories based on new literacy studies. Unbounded, meaning no limitation. Kaleidoscope means a constant changing element. And also dynamic refers to the relationship between unbounded and kaleidoscope, which can be positive or negative. So now we move on to profanity. So what is profanity? Profanity is a word or phrase that contains vulgar or obscene meaning, such as fuck, as you can see in the video just now, bullshit, and also asshole. So, is profanity positive or negative? Now, what if a person say this? Here, you can see that profanity is used for positive purposes. But what if a person said this? So here, you can see that profanity can be used in both positive and negative ways. So most of us will have the tendency to think that it's positive, so profanity can be used in positive ways. However, according to Eldridge, he said that profanity is the word itself, which already contains insensitive remarks. So, profanity is still considered as a big no in the society without considering the meaning and also the purpose of using profanity. Hence, merging both profanity and language literacy, we will conduct our research based on the theory Instrumentalism by Pierre Duhem from the book A Critical Theory of Technology. In this theory, Duhem emphasizes that scientific elements can only be falsified by other external elements because internally, the scientific elements itself is natural in its core. So, in this context, the social media is considered as the neutrally built-in technology. However, the falsifiers are us, the users, who use the social media either for good or bad intention, as according to Fernandez 2021.
For the questionnaire, we had adopted two existing questionnaires from the stated source. Our independent variables, which are the entertainment and environment factors of youth using profanity on social media, has a positive relationship with its dependent variable, the effect of using profanity on the language literacy among the Malaysian youth. Simply said, the more factors, the more effect on language literacy. This is the adopted and adapted questionnaire for our independent variables. We further divided the questions into two sections as we have two independent variables. And this is the adopted and adapted questionnaire for our dependent variable.
We focus on the population consisted of students from Kuliah of Languages and Management in International Islamic University Malaysia located in Pago, Johor.
For the sample size, we used the multivariate statistic created by Tabakdik and Fidel in 2007, in which the formula 50 plus 8 in bracket M is used to determine the numbers of respondents needed. M here indicates the number of independent variables, hence we substitute the M with 2 as we have two independent variables, and at last it gives us the result where we needed 66 respondents for our research.
Our research adopted a correlational research design which involves two different variables, dependent variables and independent variable. Our dependent variable is the effects of using profanity on language proficiency of Malaysian youth. As for independent variables, we have two of them, which is the entertainment factors and the environment factors that causes Malaysian youth to use profanity on social media. These two variables have a positive relationship between each other because they change in the same direction.
If there is research, then there must be a sampling technique. For our research, we chose convenient sampling technique because we chose the participants that are easy to get in contact with and readily available. Brother, and actually, the reason why we chose this sampling technique because it is actually the least expensive.
As for our questionnaire, we chose to do it in Google Form as Google Form gave us easy access. The first section touched on the demographic of the respondents, in which they had to pick their gender, course, age, and also they had to state one social media that they use frequently. Then, the second section touched on the first independent variable, which is the entertainment factors. There were 5 questions in which the answers were measured by the Likert scale, which went from 1, strongly disagree, 2, disagree, 3, neutral, 4, agree, and 5, strongly agree. Then, the third section touched on the second independent variables, which are the environment factors. And lastly, the section 4 touched on the dependent variable, in which there were 9 questions available for the respondents to answer.
Watch your profanity.
Right, I'm sorry.